Hi guys, and welcome back to Beauty Fortified. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sue, and today I wanted to take you through my top 5 most reached for MAC blushes. Now, blush is something that MAC does really well. They don't do everything well, but blush is definitely something that they do really well. And so I've got quite a collection, and I wanted to take you through the 5 that I reach for most often, and the 5 that obviously complement mature skin. I'm 50 years old. I have fine lines, wrinkles, and enlarged pores. So I'm always looking for products that are not going to accentuate the bad bits about my skin. So these blushes I find work really well for me. A little bit about my skin tone. So I'm probably a MAC NC25. So I have got a medium toned skin. So all of these blushes that I'm showing you now, I'm going to swatch and you'll be able to see how they show up on my skin. I've got a mixture here of mattes and shimmers, and they're all absolutely stunning. And of course, I really had a struggle in choosing my top 5, so I had to round it off to 6. So I do have a special mention at the end. So for more swatches, stay tuned. Starting off with Warm Soul, this is a mineralize blush. So it's a slightly different formula to the rest of the blushes, and MAC has a mineralize range. And this one has a tiny bit of shimmer to it. So it really is the most flattering color, and I would describe it as a warm peach shade with a little bit of shimmer. If you can pick that up on my hand, it's very subtle, but this is gorgeous. It's a beautiful blush for summer, and you don't need to apply a separate highlight. So I'm going to dab a little bit on my blush brush, just tap off the excess, and it does get a little more intense as you apply it on the cheeks. So the swatch on my hand was really nothing to write home about. And if you look at this in the pan, it doesn't really look like much, but it really is the most gorgeous color. So really, really love this one, and that's Warm Soul Mineralized Blush. Next, I'm going in with Melba. Now, Melba is a matte blush, and it's a warm, light, peachy shade. And this is incredibly versatile as well. So you can apply it as lightly or as intensely as you want. But it really is a lovely, neutral, peachy blush. It's very similar to Warm Soul, but without any of the shimmer. So it's a really lovely, quite sophisticated color for everyday wear. And you can build it up as well. It works very well just as a light flush, but you can also build it up. So a very, very wearable workhorse of a blush. Really like this one. The next shade is really fun. And it's a kind of, I would say, a little bit of a blue pink, but it looks like that. It's very, very bright in the pan. And I remember the first time one of the sales assistants took this out and recommended this. I took one look at it and I just thought, ooh, no, that's definitely not for me. But I tried it, and it's an absolutely beautiful pink. It just gives you the gentlest flush of color. So this is Pink Swoon. It is a matte blush, and it's really gorgeous for those days when you're wearing a pinker lipstick and you just want a little flash of color. It really is beautiful. And you can build this one up as well as you can with most of the mattes. And it just gives the lightest flush of color. So it's like I describe it as a dolly pink. In fact, I think MAC do have a blush called Dolly Pink. But this is the kind of pink that you would see on dolls. But it just looks very youthful on the skin. It's a beautiful uplifting color, and you can build it up, you can share it out. It is really light, so I do tend to build it up just so that I can get a little bit more of that pink going on my cheeks. But this is a gorgeous one, also perfect for everyday wear. The fourth blush is a sheer tone blush, and this is in the shade Pinch Me. And I would describe this as a peachy pink. It's quite a deep color, but it's reminiscent of the flush that you would get on your cheeks after a really good workout or a long walk. So it really does sort of give you that pinched cheek look. And this one is highly pigmented as well. So I'm going in with a more kind of diffused blush brush. This is beautiful for autumn or winter. Really just gives you a gorgeous, just flushed color. So being a sheer tone, it is a little bit sheerer than the mattes. I would describe it as probably a satin finish, but there's no sparkle in here to speak of. So probably satin. But this one is really, really nice for autumn or winter. And I have been known to wear it in summer as well, because it just gives you that beautiful pinched cheek blush. So really enjoy this. And again, you can pair this with a neutral lip. You could pair it with a red as well. And you could also pair it with a pink. So that's Pinch Me. And the fifth one is a sheer tone shimmer, and it's in the shade Sun Basque. Looks like that in the pan. Beautiful shimmer to it, but it's not chunky glitter. It just gives you a beautiful sheeny type finish to the cheeks. So it's a very similar formula to Pinch Me, which is also a sheer tone, but the Pinch Me does not have any shimmer in it. This is, as I say, a really flattering kind of shimmer on mature skin. So it's not quite as shimmery as Warm Soul, but it just gives you a real sheen. And I love this color for summer. It's absolutely gorgeous. So just patting a little bit of that on. And I often combine this. I'll put this on as my initial shade, and then I will combine it with a little bit of something matte over the top. And again, with this, you don't need a separate highlight, obviously, because it's got enough of its own shimmer. But it's a really flattering shimmer. It's not going to come off chunky at all. And this one you can also build up. You can put on as much as you like. You can also use this as a bronzer. I sometimes take it up onto my forehead. It really is the most divine shade for summer. And then, of course, I have a special mention because I couldn't just choose 5. So the one that I'm going to be talking about is Prism. Now, this is a very unusual shade, and this is a matte. It looks like absolutely nothing in the pan. It's a neutral brown. It does have a hint of mauve in it, but this is absolutely amazing if you want to just give a little bit of definition to your cheeks without any color. So if you're new to blush and you're a little bit wary, you're a little bit scared of trying anything too colorful, this is a really great one. So it's going to show up a lot deeper on light skins. My skin being medium toned, I have to work at it to get it to show up, but I really love it because it's quite undetectable, but it does just give your cheeks a little bit of definition. And I'm going to use it as a little bit of a contour shade. So I just take a contour brush or a slanted blush brush and dip it into the shade. I have to work quite hard at it because it does take a little bit of work to show up on my skin. But this is absolutely beautiful for just contouring your cheekbones. So it doesn't pull orange, it's not going to pull red. it's just going to give you the slightest bit of definition. So I really love it for that. And I also love it as a bronzer, just to bronze my jawline. And you can also take it onto your temples, just to give yourself a little bit more color up there. And it's a beautiful contouring shade, because it just, anything that you want to make stand out, you can do that, because it creates shadow. So it's going to, wherever you put it, it's going to make those features recede. So if you put it under your cheekbones, it's going to give you slightly more pronounced cheekbones. And you can also use it as a nose contour. So that's Prism. It is a really, really versatile shade. And so guys, those are my top 5 MAC blushes with the special mention at the end. Let me know which MAC blushes you reach for, which ones you absolutely love. There are a lot of ones obviously that I haven't mentioned that are very popular. For example, Gingerly, Peaches. They're all absolutely divine. Blush Baby. I love them all. So be keen to hear from you which ones you love. Leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Ciao, ciao.